everyone, and welcome back to another of my videos. And in this video, I'll be showing you guys how to use a track editor and Uncrashed. So let's waste no time and get right into it. And by the way, if you're new to this small series, make sure to check out part 1 and 2 before continuing to watch this video. So now that we're on the home screen, you can see there's a button Track Editor, so you're going to want to click it. After that, all your tracks will be saved here and you can name them. These are some of my tracks, but we want to press Create New Map. After we press that, we can select our base. Now, keep in mind that the official Uncrashed maps, like the stadium, the rallycross, and so on, once everything loads in, you can't delete any of the objects, you can just build on top of it. Whereas the empty boards or the grassy landscapes, you can delete and build on top of the map. So, click any map. I'm going to click the grassy landscape to start off with. So let's click it. Now the first thing we're going to learn is up here, there are all the different tools. So let me show you what they do. This will move the objects. So you can click on the object, move it up, down, side. Let me show you. Let's pick a wall and place it here. Now, equip it by clicking on it and click on the object you want to move. Right here you have the arrows. The red arrow will move it side to side, the blue arrow will move it up and down, and the green arrow will move it forward and backwards. Now, the rotation object. This rotates the object, pitches it, or rolls it. So let's equip it. And right here we have all these lines. So let us pitch it, for example. And we are pitching it. We can roll it, or we can just turn it. Now this is to scale the objects. So to make the objects bigger, you click it, and right here you can choose how to make it bigger. So sideways, you want it longer, you want it taller, or you want it wider. And just like that, you can create your custom object. The ruler is to measure the distance between two blocks, and this is the eraser tool to delete objects. Now up here you can even change the size by clicking on it and changing the size. I normally pick 10 to make sure I don't delete something I don't want to. So you can just go ahead and delete it. Now here you can choose the weather, so you can change weather to sunny, you can change it to hot, dark, rainy, all up to you. Now here is very important. When you click on it, there is the camera speed, so how fast your camera will move, and your camera sensitivity. So here is the orbit camera. What does this do? Well, it's very simple. To move, you use the WASD or the arrow keys. To go up and down, you place 2 fingers on the mouse pad and you can hover them up and down. Now, if you want to turn, you need to go to the free camera. You want to click it, click the settings again, and right here it's a bit different. You can move downwards and upwards with the WS, and the arrow keys which point forward and backwards, and you can even use the mouse pad. And then using the AD and the arrow keys pointing outwards work normally. Now the only thing that's really important and what people really use the free cam for is if you click with one finger on the bottom right of your mouse pad and you keep it clicked and you scroll to the side, you can change the direction. You can look up, down, so you can change the altitude of your camera and the direction. So it's very good for turning around and that. Then I would normally just go back to the camera, orbit camera. Now that we have that done, this is where you start, but this is the real starting line. So it's pointing that way. So let's turn it. And if you want to make it even bigger, and this counts for all objects, you just equip it with something and you click T on your keyboard and it'll make the object bigger instead of keeping on going to the scale objects and then making it bigger. Now let's start making our little race. So we can place our first portal. I'm going to make it a bit bigger. And here, this object is to turn around with your drone. So your drone's gonna have to turn around this object. This is an invisible checkpoint. So there's no border, but it's invisible checkpoint. This is just another portal. This portal is slightly different. Most portals, if you miss it, you can still go in from the other side. But this portal, you can only enter it through one side. This is to go around. Same for this. This is another portal, another portal, another portal, and so on. And these are all portals. So now we can just make our tiny track. Let's begin. And just like that, we have our mini track. Now we can test it out. I didn't use all the objects, but we can test it out. And if you're wondering, how do you do more than one lap? Well, if you ever want to do more than one lap in your track, make sure that it connects like a loop. As you can see, mine connects back like a loop. Now, down here, there are laps 1, and you can increase it, or decrease it. You can also see these numbers on the portals. And these mean basically what portal comes after the other. So if I decrease it, first you're going to have to go through portal 9, go around portal 10, and then go through portal 11. But if I increase it, it's going to look like a straight line. So you're going to have to watch out with this. If you do something wrong, you might make it a bit loopy-loopy. So now let's try to fly it. All you have to do is click start. And we completed the race. Now you can restart the race, go into free flight, or go back to the editor. So let's go back to the editor. So now that I explained that, you can just try out yourself with the environmental stuff. So there are many objects. You can even scale these. There are bigger objects, really big buildings to smaller buildings. And these are very helpful because you can go through the doors and all of that. You can make your own building, which I will show you in a second, trees, and so on. So let's take a wall. You can even change the color and everything. But let's just put them next to each other. Now, let's say we've done this. We put some pillars to make it look even nicer. And now, we don't want to repeat the same thing on the other side. So what do? It's very simple. You're going to click on the move object. Then you're going to left click and hold it and swipe across your mouse pad to get this box and select what you want, just like that. And then you're gonna click option on your keyboard. I have a Mac, so for Mac it's option. And then you're gonna click whatever you want. So let's just use the arrow to make it go to the side. And keep holding option. And that's how we copy and paste it without having to redo anything. Very simple and saves you lots of time. Then you can just simply create a little arch, turn it, move it how you like, and just like that, you created a very simple building. You can put on an invisible portal, and just like that, you created a nice little structure with an invisible portal inside of it. So now if you have your map ready and everything is set, you can just go up here, you can click save. Then you can name it how you want, and you can click save. Now we can go back home and go main menu. So this is how you use the track editor, and I hope you had fun.